Basket Brains, Disc Doors, and Frisbee Freaks. Emerald City Disc proudly brings to you the greatest podcast in the world. Kirby Snyder here, aka Darkwing Disc, the Fairway Finder, Ollie DePina. This is
K.O. Disc Golf
Show. Welcome to episode 112 of the KO Disc Golf Show. This is the Rye Horn episode. Before we start things off, I just want to say Happy Pride Month. I speak for both Ollie and myself when I say everybody he is welcome here at the KO Disc Golf Show. We do not care if you're a guy, gal, or gay. Everybody is welcome at the KO Disc Golf Show and into disc golf. KO question of the week. If Ollie and I were Pokemon gym leaders, what would our type specialist be? Comment down below, and then Ollie and I are going to answer who we think is each other's type at the end of the episode. Ollie, how you doing, man? How's it going?
We're doing well. We're on to the month of June, which is exciting. This is Monday morning. I don't know. I've been very excited for this month for like streaming wise. Streams have been so good. I had like my best numbers stream. My last stream I did on Saturday, which was like so insane. Like, was average like the average viewer spot was at like 35 per like the whole night. It was like so insane, and like I was like, oh, I'm gonna like kind of wrap up after this, and it's like wasn't dropping below 30, and I was like, I don't think I can stop if I have 30. There's like that feeling. And I ended up like almost like doubling what I normally do like on a night. So it was like this was like a really cool night and like it was awesome. So that's been good. Went down to a card show. Been playing disc golf and living the life. Yeah, no complaints. We got to get back into tournament season, but I think getting back into like throwing consistently and putting consistently is way more important than being like just signed up for a tournament. So I think my big comeback will be very soon. Gonna be putting in a lot more days and just days into doing it. So excited for that. But
are you playing BC Open?
I haven't signed up for it. Are signups up?
I think signups are open. They've been open. It's like it's this month, man. It's in like 3 or 4 weeks.
Yeah, I've had to take like I don't know. Life's been a little crazy. I haven't gotten to do I've been getting to play more, but signing up for tournaments has been harder. I'll look at that now. But that's about how I'm doing. How are you doing, Kirby?
I'm doing pretty good. Cascade Challenge this weekend, or past weekend, so that was cool. A lot of hanging out with the fucking GOAT, Chuck Knudsen. So that was really nice. He and I just kind of palled around a lot this weekend. I'm already in Portland. I'm currently at Glendevere right now. I think I'm on hole 8, but no, there's no signs up, so I'm not really sure if I'm on hole 8, 7, or 9. So, but I'm somewhere in the middle right now. Yeah, like Ollie said, this is Monday morning. So basically right after Cascade Challenge yesterday, instead of driving 2 hours north home and then 3 hours south in the morning, I just drove the 2 hours south from Shelton down here to Portland last night. So got in like kind of late last night, got some dinner, and then just been kind of chilling since then. It's beautiful out here. I mean, the weather is like incredible right now, so I can't ask for like anything better. So, but that's really honestly about it. Like, my whole week was just committed to being at Shelton and kind of practicing there. So, speaking of which, we're going to get right into the tournament recap presented by Emerald City Discs. Tournament recap by
Emerald City.
Emerald City Discs. This past weekend was the Cascade Challenge. This was a Jomez series event. Cascade Challenge is great. I mean, we're super pumped to have an event in Washington. I think the event went really smooth all in all. Is Cascade Challenge being an A tier this year and not a DGPT event? Is it the biggest A tier in Washington State?
Yeah, I think so.
You think so? I think so too. I mean, Washington State Championships is also really big, but it doesn't bring in the national attention that Cascade Challenge does. So I think so too, definitely. Do you want to go through the winners real quick of Cascade Challenge?
Yeah. Just on the pro side, yeah?
Yeah, go through the pro side first, and then we'll get into the non-DGPT stuff afterwards.
Yeah, we had big old Gannonberg taking it down. And looks like, yeah, I was watching up until a bit. The second card had Gannon and Eagle on there. Eagle looks like he got fourth place up there. Andrew Marweed coming in second, going up 6 spots. Luke Taylor getting in second. Yeah, Noah's still staying tied third. That's cool.
Yeah, his ace
Um,
on hole nine
yeah,
was or seven, I think it was awesome. That just like up and down buzz shot, so pure, so cool.
yeah, good weekend. Anthony, defending champion, getting 17th, seeing the teeth of the course this year. Just shows you watch the. You're just yeah. It's like such an insane like. It's a really cool thing to see like some of the like biggest names in disc golf go and hit a tree like 20 feet ahead of them. And like
Yeah,
like I don't know. It's like this is all doable by anyone. So it's a
yeah.
very
There,
tough course and can bite anyone.
yeah, there was like a 4 or 5 way tie going into the last day, so it was pretty much. I mean, it was anybody's game. Whoever's just going to shoot the hottest that last day, so that was really cool. I think honestly the biggest story is the FPO side, where Silva Saarinen gave away.
Yeah,
I mean,
Silva
a
taking
bunch
it
of.
down over own, just going nuclear.
Dude, she went stoopy on that back nine because like that back nine is so difficult, and she started like 3 or 4 up through 4 or 5 holes, and then just went like yeah, just absolutely insane, just sicko mode after that. So, um, crazy to see her go. I was really, I mean, early on, I was like, man, that's like such an own move is to come back like this and kind of just like take the dub like that. But for Silva to pull it off was just absolutely incredible.
Yeah, own just couldn't get it going, and Silva was not like a 7 down back nine is so good there. Like that's
Yeah,
so good.
it's incredible. I mean, the back nine has all the teeth on that course. It's so challenging. Um, my tournament
Uh,
overall was
AGL Emily Weatherman got fifth place, so shout out her. Good
nice.
AGL teammate.
Yeah, my tournament overall was I mean honestly like lackluster is probably the best sense of the word. Round one and round two were just like kind of boring. Like there really wasn't anything like too crazy that happened. Nothing really that interesting. Round two, I shot better than round one, but it was really just a couple of like minor things where I'd have good drives that were just kind of landing like in spots that I couldn't throw a good approach shot and just kind of like little stuff like that, which kind of happens out of Shelton a lot. I hate the sentiment that like oh it feels like you get lucky or it feels like you get unlucky a little bit, but also I don't know. I'm throwing the shot, right? Like, like it's my control, kind of in a way. So, I just don't love the like, just being like, man, I just got unlucky today. It's like, yeah, I could have thrown like a little better. Maybe there's a little like something I could have done a little better here and there, kind of thing. Um, round three was really really interesting. I started 4 for 4 on the day. I birdied the first 4 holes, so kind of going into hole five, being like, "Hey man, like I'm about to have like a day. Like this is awesome. I'm gonna make some moves. This is great." And then I kind of just like lost the wheels after that. Um, couldn't get out of the gap on five, and then the last like final stretch, man, it just felt like I was just trying to like white knuckle onto like anything I could. Getting pars in that stretch just felt so challenging, and that's 2 tournaments in a row now that the last like stretch of holes I've just really really struggled. So I think my practice for here at Northwest Disc Golf Championship is going to be really focused on practicing that back nine and making sure that that final stretch I feel really confident and I'm able to go and attack those holes really well because that's just a struggle right now. So, got to make up for it for sure. I played with a kid from BC called Judah, or his name is Judah, and he's awesome. He's 14. He won like the BC like juniors, which gave him an entry into BC Open. So this Cascade Challenge Joe Mez event was his first MPO round ever. He did awesome. He's a great kid. His dad's amazing. So really, really good family. He had his 2 little brothers out, so they were all like really respectful and really awesome. So good family there. I played with Dan Kitchens 2 of the days. That was really nice. Dan Kitchens actually said one of the nicest things to me at the end of the third round, where I mean, I struggled hard on that back nine. Or I was like, I think I went like 5 or 6 over on the back nine. Like it was not a good back nine. And afterwards, Daniel was like, "Hey, like you held it together really good." He goes, "You put your head on your shoulders." He goes, that was really awesome to see." And I was like, "Thanks, man. I really appreciate it." And I turn around and Chuck goes, Yeah, if he was standing a little closer to you, he would have heard what I heard. And I was like, all right, take it easy, Chuck. Like, all right, take it easy, bud. Because I would throw a bad shot. I would turn around and look at Chuck and be like, I suck. I was like, this is really not going well, and like everything was between me and Chuck, though, like I would kind of like internalize it with him and then be like, dude, like, I like at one point in time I threw a bad drive and I looked at Chuck and I go, "Hey man, do you want to finish the round for me?" I was like, "Have fun," and I was like, like kind of joking around. So like Daniel was just like, "Dude, no, you held it together so well," which like makes you feel really good. So that was cool. Um, Played with Schrock the final round as well. Tyler and I actually threw the same score all 3 rounds, which is really crazy to get into last cash, which is nuts. Pierce Gadursky bogeyed hole 18, which lost him. That bogey costed him $160 because it knocked him down a spot and it knocked Tyler and I back into the cash. So the three of us all tied for last cash when like that should have just been Pierce's last cash, without uncontested. So, but good weekend all in all. I mean, I still have. I mean, there's just I gotta kind of. I haven't really felt like I like my games like gotten together yet this year, and nothing's really like been all like especially crispy. So, trying to just kind of figure it out, trying to get into that like really nice flow state of things where um, things are just kind of like clicking really well. What sucks is I think it's going to take like a really bad round to kind of like give me like a kick in the pants. That usually happens every year. Is I have like one really bad round, and then afterwards, like I kind of just figure something out, or kind of everything kind of hones in. So it's not that I want to have the bad round, but usually those bad rounds are kind of indicative of like some good stuff to happen later. So I don't know, man. We're just out here grinding, trying our best. This is definitely like the time of year where it's just like, hey, there's no time to like take a week off and like kind of do whatever. It's just like these are the three biggest events of my
Yeah.
year, so um nut up and shut up kind of thing. So trying to make the cut this weekend, that would be really really sick. So Ollie, do you want to tell us about the amateur side of the Cascade Challenge?
Yeah, so that was down over in Evergreen,
Yep.
and they had Juliana Korver down went and played that one actually, because I think that just like the sign up for the other one was I don't know, but she played the
Yeah,
non-DGPT one, which was cool,
I
and
think she played with
she
Kayla round one.
that's so cool. Um, in MP40, you want me to go over the winners? Yeah.
Yeah, go through all the winners.
Yep. Jason Koch taken down in the neg 7. Pretty nice payday for these non-DGPT players.
What did he take down? What
Justin
was the payout?
Joers 921. I mean, it's
Ooh,
just
that
not.
is good.
That's pretty filthy.
That is nice. I can't wait to get to B40.
Yeah.
That sounds great.
Justin Joers and Andrew Rivers sharing that neg 4 tied second. That got him 275. MP40 Juliana Korver taken down first place over Brandy Cargill. MP60 Jim Oates taking down a big one. MP60 payday as well. James Hustis with the second place even. Solid round there. Hard course at Evergreen sometimes has some teeth. Christine Hustis taken down FP60. MA1 taken down by Dakota Cords with a neg 8. Logan Cobb coming in second. In MA40, we had Matthew Bigelow with a neg 4. Huge win over RJ Winter and the rest of the field. We got Kayla Signs already coming in first for FA40. In MA50, we got Scott Goza. And then Timothy Kahn coming in second. MA60, Steve Smith and Billy Smith. MA70, David Wilkins. And then MA2, a lot of divisions. Lorenzo Brown just getting over Kenneth Wheeler. And then in MA3, Jeremy Baird with the just sliding my boy, one of my best disc golf buds, Taylor Christopher, coming in
Mm,
second place in MA3. So good showing out there. The plus 13 to plus 14. So it really came down to one stroke.
very cool. Um, yeah, can't thank everybody enough down there at Cascade Challenge. I had a lot of people, kind of following our card. I had a lot of people cheering me on, which was really cool. I really felt the local love. Um, I really like playing in front of a crowd, man. Like even down at OTB, like when I had Simon on the card and we had 15 to 30 people following us at all times, like I was like vibing, dude. I'm like talking with people, I'm giving stickers, people are like telling me about like local restaurant recommendations and stuff. Dude, I'm totally like I'm so into it. I really do. Disc golf, we are an entertainment product, right? So when people are out there, I actually kind of feel that like, oh, I got to put on a like not that I feel like I got to put on a little bit of show, but there is a little bit of like, hey, we're here to like entertain. Like I'm here to play a sport, but also like entertain you with me playing this sport. So like, I don't know, I'll chat it up a little bit. I don't mind. It's pretty good. So I
Yeah,
love
I
it
love
though.
being on. I love coverage. I love being on camera. I think it's
Yeah, no,
fun.
it's great. I met a kid. He was like really, really young. I mean, he had to have been 6, 8 years old, something like that. And he comes up and he's like, "Hey, can you sign my disc?" And I was like, "Yeah, that's awesome." And so I signed it. He goes, "I live in White Center." And I was like, "Dude, what's your name?" And we started. He's like, "Jackson." And I was like, "Oh, it's still good to meet you." And kind of started chatting with him, and
That's
it was
hype.
cool. There was a few kids, so I signed a couple of discs, which like was really just every time someone asked me to sign a disc, I'm like, "Are you sure?" So really, really just cool. I do want to talk about hole one at Cascade Challenge really quick though, because look, I know how it looks. All you weren't there, but um, hole one, I am throwing the most like boring fucking drive on the face of the planet. Hole one, as you know, is it's hole two of the regular like layout. So it's that par five that you start where everyone's like driving it over the hazard. And I just like have no reason to try to like absolutely like rip a disc on hole one like that and try to beat the hazard. So I'm not even trying to. Like I'm literally just throwing the disc to that roadway, that pathway that's there, and then I'm throwing another drive like into the green because there's no reason to go into the hazard. There's no way to burn one over. It's just ridiculous. But to step up every day and have a bunch of people being like, "Yeah, here we go," and then I just kind of pull out a putter and throw it 215 feet, and to hear the crowd go, "Oh." It's like, yeah, I'm doing this on purpose. I'm like, I do have a strategy here. I did birdie it 2 out of the 3 days, so it's not like my strategy didn't work. It doesn't look as flashy as like Tyler Aaron's beating the hazard by like 150 feet. Yeah, that's sick, but that's not me, man. That's not my game. So I want to put it out there. I
That's so
understand that
funny.
it's really boring. That's my style of play, though. It is what it is. Um, yeah. So a lot of people cheering, and it was just really funny to hear the cheers, and then all of a sudden they're like, "Oh, what?" And it's like, yeah, no, 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 this is good. Like that's a good drive, I promise. All right, time to get into the tournament look ahead presented by Disc Golf Threads.
Do I have everybody's attention now?
There can be only one World Wrestling Federation champion.
Acknowledge me.
Coming up this week is the Northwest Disc Golf Championship. That's why I'm down here in Portland. This is the biggest event in the Pacific Northwest this year. Disc Golf DGPT Plus. So that is really cool. 4 rounder. We're trying to play on Sunday. Got to have a good round on Thursday and Friday to make sure that happens for sure. I haven't looked at the schedule yet to actually see what courses we're playing first, but I imagine Championship Sunday is going to be here at Glendoveer. So I wouldn't be surprised. I haven't actually looked into this yet, but I would not be surprised if we go Milo, Milo, Glendoveer, Glendoveer. That kind of seems to be like the trend of the Pro Tour, um, which is cool. So it is weird that these courses are so far away. I mean, Milo's what 50 minutes away from Portland right now, or from where we are at Glendoveer.
Yeah,
So
it's
not super close, but um, the woods to the golf course style mix up, I think, is really really great. Um, this weekend is kind of my start of like I don't know. I've been driving a lot, right? So I've been thinking about what are like my kind of like short and like long term goals, and what am I trying to achieve with playing these events, and honestly, the thing that I want more than anything else in disc golf right now is to cash at Worlds next year in Portland. So I have probably like, I think Worlds is in like August. So that's what, like 15 months or something like that of essentially just like that's my soul. Like I'm going to wake up every day for the next 15 months and the first thing on my mind is going to be how do I get better at disc golf? How do I get ready for Worlds in 2026 and that kind of thing. So this weekend, for this week here, playing the course, kind of practicing, this is all kind of the initial prep for Worlds next year. You know, there's not going to be many opportunities for me to get down here and play Glendoveer. There's not a lot of opportunities to play Milo Gold.
Yeah.
So this is all kind of the start for it, right? So um, I'm pumped about it. I'm super motivated. I mean, it's something that I really like. I truly want. I mean, I want to cash out Worlds next year more than I want anything else in disc golf, like easily. So super motivated and ready to go. So yeah. Also happening down here this week. Want to give a big shout out. By the time anybody watches this on Tuesday, we will know the results. But our guy, Caleb Joyner, right now is out at Milo doing the Monday qualifying event. So we're rooting for him. We're hoping for the best. Good luck, Caleb, man. You got this. And then also, if
Let's
you
go,
are down
Caleb.
here in Portland this weekend, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, there's going to be a C-tier flex start happening at Glendoveer on the West Course. That's open for anybody to come down and play. Ollie and I played that last year. It was a ton of fun. I won 2 tournaments in the same day, which is a pretty cool stat. So, but yeah, so if you got the weekend off, come on down and play. Should be a good time. And Ollie, tell us about the weather down here in Portland.
Weather look ahead.
Together we can reduce, reuse, and recycle for a greener future for disc golfers.
Oh yeah.
The weather in Portland. Today, it's looking like a beautiful week. So from like today to Thursday, we got like 82 to 70. Like the high of 82 today is like crazy. 87 tomorrow. Cools down then Wednesday, Thursday to 73, 72 highs. And that's like going to be like a partly cloudy sunny, while today and Tuesday are going to be very sunny and hot. Friday, there's going to be some rain, it looks like. Friday and Saturday possibly.
Okay.
65 degrees, 62 degrees. And so it like gets definitely like it could be a little wet. I don't think it's going to be like a whole day of rain kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like definitely goes down a little more in the afternoon, but we'll be looking at it will cool off in Portland, and then Sunday should be completely dry and back up to like 68 degrees.
Okay. So maybe a little wet of a weekend. Good to know. I did pack some rain gear, so that's cool. It actually hasn't rained
Good.
on all the tournaments that I've gone and played and have been like car camping for it. I haven't had like a bad weekend weather yet, so be interesting to kind of encounter
I
the
don't
first
know
one
if it
where
will rain. It will be
I hope not.
interesting to watch that. I think it's going to be pretty like what the I think it yeah, I think they're wrong. And it's not my ODP guarantee, but I think it's wrong.
Speaking of which, there's no breakdown this week because there's no like real Pro Tour event, just
Yep.
Cascade. And the Sounders are kind of taking a little hiatus at the moment, so
Summer
we're gonna get
break.
right.
So maybe
Yeah.
maybe we'll change it to like a World Cup breakdown. We'll talk about all the World Cup games that happened
Yeah.
that week or something. That'd be fun.
That'd be really cool. But yeah, so speaking of which, we'll get right into the ODP guarantee. Ollie, what do you got for us this week?
Oh. You know what I'm talking about. Oh.
P.
Guaranteed.
Last week I gave y'all some knowledge about how I think it's going to be a rematch of 1999 Knicks versus Spurs. And what are we looking at? Knicks versus Spurs. I told you so. All right. We're going to go with we're just going to keep it up. Let's just act like it's 1999. Spurs are going to dominate this series. I'm predicting Spurs in 5. Game 3 at home in Madison Square Garden. The Knicks will not go out in a sweep. They will get one win in New York. Game 3, I'm predicting. And then after that, it is goodbye, New York. The Spurs are going to win this one. The Spurs are looking very dominant against that OKC squad, but OKC did not have their second best player, which does make that a lot more interesting. I think we're just looking at like the future of the West, basically. And right now it is Wemby's West, but I think it's good for the sport to have rivalries like this, and it creates the notion of people wanting to watch these two teams go at each other. So I'm excited for that.
Hell yeah, that's exciting, man. crazy. You went all the way to predict what game they're gonna lose and everything. So watch along, watch closely. You never know.
I got the script,
Um,
so it's easy.
hell yeah. It's not. It kind of does seem like sports is scripted sometimes. It's so nuts. Like when certain narratives happen, you're like, "There's no way." That's just like happenstance. Like Prince Fielder and his dad both hitting the same amount of home runs in their career is just like
Well, then
that's incredible. Unbelievable. Okay, time to answer the KO question of the week. If Ollie and I were Pokemon gym leaders, what type would we be? Ollie, what type of gym leader do you think I would be? Because I have an idea of what type you would be.
I this is tricky because I feel like there's a lot of attributes, but I think I ended with one. I'm giving you steel type. And I think the variety within the steel type, I think allows, and the Pokemon within the steel type would be pretty cool. And so I think, you're kind of tough. It'd be a lot of, there's a lot of, brute attackers there. I don't know. I just, something about steel was jumping out to me more than any of the other ones that were.
Okay, it's probably because I'm going a little gray in the beard, so it's like I'm getting a little like steel coating in there. So I see it.
Hey,
All right. Uh,
I was like, you worked with, I don't know, like discs aren't steel, but like, I don't know. I
I
don't
worked
know.
with knives, which
I
is
had some
steel and
thought. Yeah,
stuff. So
I had
I
some
get, I
thought
kind of,
process with it.
I see the avenue. That's actually interesting. They've never done like a steel type, like like chef trainer, which could definitely
That's
make
what
a
I'm
cool gym
saying.
leader. Yeah. For you, I thought water type made a lot of sense. You're a former swimmer. I think I imagine your Pokemon trainer card is that curly hair, dripping with water, and you kind of just getting out of the pool. Speedo, obviously, so um,
I think that's my showdown character. It's like doing the speed.
yeah, yeah. I was like, that makes a lot of sense. So, I think, what do you think if you were to pick your own type? What would it be?
I think I'd pick fire.
Okay,
I think like I really like fire attacking. I like sun. Like it's just what I use in competitive play. Like I use a lot of sunlight teams, photosynthesis. Like
okay,
yeah, so sun setting teams, fire teams, things like that. But I actually like the water bit. I think I could get down with the water go as
yeah.
well. But it's funny that it's
Former
fire and
swimmer
water.
too. Yeah, and you're a
Yeah.
former swimmer, so it all makes sense. Yeah, I think if I were to pick one for myself, I'd probably pick poison type. My favorite
I
Pokemon of all
almost went
time,
poison.
dude. My favorite
I
Pokemon's
almost picked you, but I
King.
was like, I was like, oh, because you're poisonous.
Nah, I've always like when I play Pokemon, like I really do dig like the status condition, the double team, the sand attack, the minimize. So yeah, I like the more like the poison type style trainers. Um, all right. Comment down below what type of Pokemon gym leader you would be, and then comment what type you actually think Ollie and I would be, or if you agree or disagree with us. Time to get into the draft this week, and then we'll round out the episode. Draft this week is best like fictional female characters, kind of emphasis on like strong, badass women, essentially. I'm going to take the first pick because I do have one that I feel kind of strongly about. And that is I'm going to pick Buffy the Vampire Slayer with the very first overall pick. That is my wife's absolute favorite show. That's my wife's favorite character, like female led character of all time. So Buffy going with the 1-1.
That's great. That's great. We're okay. With my first pick, we're going with from Pixar great Edna Mode. Come on.
Is that the
She's the
girl
one
who
that
does the
made.
super suits?
Yes, sir.
Cool.
Yes, sir.
That's a good
Give me
one. She
Edna
is a
Edna
badass, dude.
she's such a badass. And then I think like definition of badass, I think growing up like show wise for me, Kim Possible is always crazy,
Yeah.
crazy cool. I'm gonna go with
No,
Kim Possible.
that's a really, really good one. Kim Possible hits real hard, dude. Hell yeah. All right, my next pick here. I'm going with from the Underworld franchise, Kate Beckinsale. Her name was Celine in the Underworld franchise, the vampire, and she was like, "Oh man, dude, such a badass." Those movies still hold up. They're really, really good, really fun to watch. So, Celine from the Underworld movies, and
Okay.
then my pick right after that. Man, I have a really good list here. Um, I mean, she's now a Disney princess, so I'm gonna pick Princess Leia from the Star Wars franchise.
What do you mean by that?
She
She's a Disney.
Star Wars is owned by Disney, and her name is Princess Leia, so she's the Disney princess. Indisputable. You got back to
Well,
back here.
we're gonna go with we're gonna take it a little Marvel. We're gonna go Scarlet Witch.
Yeah,
Scarlet Witch had to get some just kind of just a badass, cool powers. Can't go
B-
wrong.
big resurgence in
Killa.
the last 10 years. Yeah.
Yeah, I think the games also was a great thing for her. And then yeah, there's so many great things that were upping that character's stock in that sense there.
Hmm.
And then last one. I think I'm gonna go. I had one that I really wanted. We're gonna go Mulan. We'll just take Mulan.
Ooh, yeah, on my
That's
list.
my favorite Disney princess,
Yeah,
and so I'm gonna grab that.
on my list
I
for
like my
sure.
list. I like my list.
All right, I'm gonna go through a couple of honorable mentions real quick before I hit the one that I'm definitely gonna draft. Honorable mention: Xena, the Warrior Princess. I mean, obviously incredible. Laura Croft, super
Oh,
badass. Angela, she is the female on the animated show The Gargoyles. So it's like the female gargoyle. She just kind of like always had everybody. She was like the
yeah.
serious one. She always just kind of put people in line. She kind of was like the strongest fighter in the show too, if you watch it back. I also had Misty from the Pokemon series. I had her on my list. Rita Repulsa, as far as like a villain, female villain, Rita Repulsa from Power Rangers. But my last pick is going to be from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, April O'Neil. She wrangled all those little idiots together. She kind of played the mom and big sister to them all. She was just incredible, and she was able to fight too at the same time. So going through our lists here, I picked Buffy the Vampire Slayer. I picked Celine from the Underworld franchise, Princess Leia, and April O'Neil from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Ollie picked Edna Mode, Kim Possible, Scarlet Witch, and Mulan. That's a good draft, honestly.
Oh,
Like nothing
dude,
but
it kind of killed
bangers.
it.
Nothing but
Kind of killed
bangers.
it. All right, y'all. Episode 112. Absolutely insanity. Every time it goes up, I'm like, what? So cool to see. Ah, a little quote to end the day. Do you know what my favorite part of the game is? The opportunity to play Mike Singletary. Aim high, shoot low. We'll see you next week. Peace.